Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Wedding Angel Messages. I'm Angel. Well, as you can see, we're ready for another dragon themed tarot reading because when the dragon appears, it means that we need to do something. We need to get stronger, we need to grow, we need to follow our dreams, take risks. During the pre-reading meditation, I was picking up that someone has a worry about employment, okay? Let's see what the message is, because this is something that is really common for a lot of people, especially nowadays. And we all know that if our financial situation is stable, then the rest of our life can go smoothly. And we want things to go smoothly in all aspects, especially love. So, since the love bonus reading is coming up this week, the first one, we're going to see what's going on with finances. What someone is worried out there about their job. I don't know if they're going to change it, if they want to, if they have to, if they've lost it, if they're looking for it. We're going to see the details now that come out. And most of all, the message that the Dragon Spirit is going to be giving us to help us get stronger and find that job. Okay, let's see, Spirit. What message do you have for our viewers very quickly? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, we're starting off with the Page of Swords. Okay, there is someone who is very smart. Okay, mentally they know how to communicate, they know how to talk, they know how to be around people. Okay, they know how to do their job. I'm picking this up. They know how to sell, for example. They know how to fix problems. Their communication is not lacking. Okay. Unfortunately, they are at the moment being surrounded by someone who is not treating them well. Let's just say this is a very intelligent person, but on the job, what I'm seeing is that they're surrounded by people who can be insulting, maybe not purposely, sometimes yes, but not necessarily. I see them surrounded by people who believe that they're superior, but they're not. Okay? The protagonist of this reading, if it's you find yourself surrounded by maybe colleagues or coworkers who would like to believe that they're better than what they really are. What they see in you is superiority, but they're trying to keep you down. Okay? So, yeah, that's what I'm feeling the most. Okay? So you might be hearing comments that are sarcastical, etc. They're just trying to pull you down. Okay? Because you are superior to them. See? Three of Swords. Here we go. The Swords mentality. This is the battle of wits, basically. Okay? So what I'm seeing here is basically sadness because you are not at all happy with what is going on. Okay? It's causing you to not feel good at all. Like, I mean, I see you coming home from work and instead of preparing a good nutritious dinner, you just open the refrigerator, take out a carton of ice cream and just eat it because you need to pull yourself up, but you're being frustrated by that element that's bothering you, that is the co-workers, and you're saying, how in the world could they have that position when they don't know what they're doing, basically. Okay? And that's really hurting you. You don't understand it. You don't like it. And yeah, it's just causing you sorrow in general. You don't like it at all. Okay? Okay, let's keep going. Let's see what it is. So we have, wow. Yeah, I heard take it all. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Very generous. Okay, let's see. Let's go on. Okay, we have the Hierophant and the reverse. You are really upset. I'm picking up that you're upset at the fact of the, can I say this? The ignorance of the people that you have to face. Okay, and you would like to actually rebel, like just say, just get out of here, whatever. But you're a wise person, okay? You're going to be doing something, however, you will be acting in a non-conform manner, like you're not going to be acting the way you should actually act on the job. And let's go see what it is, because there's different possibilities of what you can do. And let's see what they're saying. 7 of Wands. Okay. 7 of Wands, stand up for yourself. These are the dragons. These came out. As you can see, the colors now obviously change. This is you. This is the whole thing about you. Okay, your situation on the job. The dragons are coming in to say, stand up for yourself, because you're ready to blow your fuse, say what you have to say, just blurt it out. Okay, may not be the best thing to do, but defending yourself, standing up for yourself, protecting your territory, yes. Okay, which means professionally, of course. Now, there's this, like, to react to the wound, to react to the situation that does really bother you, would not be very productive in the long run. Okay, it would be negative. However, the dragons say you can stand up for yourself. You've got that fire inside of you. Don't let it burn you on the inside. Bring it out, as you should professionally, but bring it out. Okay, because if we keep things inside, yeah, that burns us. It doesn't burn others, right? Not that we want to pull it out to burn others, of course not. But the fact is, we can't keep it locked inside of ourselves, and we can't hurt ourselves. Okay, let's see. The Empress in the reverse. Okay, they're telling you to bring it up and stand up for yourself. Because why? Because you're not very secure. And if you don't do this, you will not grow. Okay, dragons want us to grow. They want us to see our light shine inside. They want us to see us stronger, just like they are. Okay, and they're seeing that you're not progressing. You're not going ahead in let's say, your position. You're not getting the promotion. You're not getting the recognition. Maybe someone's taking credit. And that's why you should be standing up for yourself instead of feeling this insecurity. Because what you're doing on the job is very good. I mean, you're really capable of doing it. But unfortunately, you're surrounded by these so-called dumbbells around you. Let's just call them this way. Okay. You're surrounded by people who really are not at your level. They're very below you. Okay. And you shouldn't have this insecurity. You should believe in yourself enough to stand up for yourself, justify yourself. Maybe talk to a superior about the situation. The Hermit in the reverse. Okay. Now, this is what's happening. You're by not doing this, by keeping it all inside, you're creating loneliness, because in fact, you are burning the area around you by yourself. It's not your colleagues that don't want to be involved with you. In fact, they really do, because it's positive for them. It's beneficial for them because they can benefit from your work. It's you who are pushing them away and therefore becoming more isolated, because of course you understand the fact that they're taking advantage of you, which you do not like. So you'd prefer to keep everything to yourself, do your work, and not be exploited. However, what will happen is that you isolate yourself in the working world, and then your superiors don't see it. Okay, this is the most important card that has come out. Let's see, 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, again, you're very guarded. You're very, very guarded. And okay, what's going to happen here, I'm picking up, if you don't stand up for yourself, it could bring some material instability. Okay, the way you spend things. For example, as I said, the example here, I see someone going home and just opening up the a package of ice cream, a container of ice cream, and just eating it. Okay, with money, what will happen is you're going to be spending it recklessly, because you're going to be spending it to pamper yourself, to compensate yourself, which is not good. It's just like eating incorrectly instead of a healthy dinner. Okay, so they're putting you on guard for a second of the situation. Okay, I'm feeling this card very strongly. Standing up for yourself. Spirit, can we elaborate a little bit on this card? Okay, because we understand the consequences, the situation, the consequences, and the card that you are suggesting to stand up for yourself. Can we elaborate and help? Whoa. How many? Do I take all of these? No, I heard. Okay, this one. And these, yes. Thank you. Okay, let's take a look. We'll start off with this batch here. Okay. how to do this, we were asking. Okay, and the answer comes up with a page of cups in the reverse. Okay, you have to face the emotions. First of all, it's the emotions, because standing up for yourself gives you a bit of problems emotionally. You don't know how to face it. You might get nervous. It's still a card of insecurity, of course. But what I'm picking up is that you're going to have to, in some way, how can I put this? Be a little bit less involved emotionally. So I'm seeing someone putting aside their emotions and picturing everything that they have to say in a very, very de facto manner, okay? Going in and saying it and detaching. That is, it's like telling your boss, for example, a story of someone where that someone is you. So in this manner, you can detach from it emotionally. You're obviously talking about yourself, but mentally, in order to do this, in order to get over that vulnerability, that emotional vulnerability, that weakness that you have about talking about how others did this and they took credit, so that you are not involved emotionally and get too attached to the emotions, but to be very professional about it and stand up for yourself, because you have to basically be like your own lawyer to yourself, your own defensor. Okay, so in order to do that, picture yourself defending yourself, standing up for yourself. Okay, so you're not really you involved first person. You are you defending yourself in second person. Okay, this is one advice that's coming through. Not bad, actually. Okay, and then we have the 10, of Pentacles. Okay, which talks to me about the actual stability. Okay, manage your money wisely. Because of this, what the dragons are fearing is the spending, that you may spend a little bit too much. Because should you decide to change your job, okay, and you're spending this manner, you're going to be running out of funds. Okay, so you shouldn't be picking this up. And they're saying, once you've done this, now let's take a look at money. Okay, be stable. Continue to manage it in a traditional manner. Okay, like as though it were something that was passed on to you, and it's very, you have some sort of legacy coming in, for example, and you're attached to it because someone gave it to you and you know the value of it. Because in fact, when we inherit something that came from, for example, a parent that really sacrificed a lot, you don't go out and spend it because you realize how difficult it was for them to put it aside for you and leave it for you, so you respect that money even more. What they're saying is that's how you should manage your money right now with this situation, okay? Because that will, in case you need to quit, leave, or you have a gap between jobs, you're going to need this. Okay. Oh, I like this. I like this. The 6 of Wands, people. What they're saying is that with these two, just already with these two, the emotions and the wise way of spending it, this should be enough to bring you to success and victory and triumph and recognition of what you've done. Why? Because these two elements are what are going to make you not only seem professional, grounded, and mature, but you will actually be it. You will actually emit that energy of someone who knows what they're talking about. So this situation before with these people, whoever they were that were taking advantage of you, they might have gotten away with it, but because maybe your superior, your boss didn't know anything about it. By you acting in this manner, your superior is going to be saying, really, I did not know this, okay? And you are going to give off that energy of confidence, of security, and you will be recognized for everything that you did. Remember that lies don't go very far, okay? Everything comes to shore. As they say, you can try to bury a dead body out at sea, but it's going to come to shore. And that's what's going to happen. By you going in and standing up for yourself, your boss is going to learn certain things about your colleagues and about your capabilities, and it's going to bring success, okay? Just remember not to exaggerate, I heard. Just keep it balanced. Keep your feet on the floor. Like we said, no emotions, and continue to be stable financially. Okay, I love this for you guys. It brings in success. Wow, Queen of Wands. Okay, now I can bring it together with the King of Cups. Look at this beautiful ending. Okay, the Queen of Wands is the perfect, confident, self-assured person. Okay, and that's what's going to happen to you by doing this. Thank you. Thank you, Dragon Spirit. The confidence of standing up for yourself. Okay. You will actually become confident. That shaking voice when you get all upset and emotional, that's going to go. You're going to transform and become, not simply because you're going to be acting that way, but because you're going to be becoming that way. You're going to become that confident person who is self-assured, and they exactly know what they're doing. And at this point, this victory that I'm feeling here, okay, I'm going to bring it down here. This victory is going to give off your image as being one that is very trustworthy as well. Because if you're confident, you know what you're doing, your boss or whoever can actually trust you blindfolded. Okay, like no problem. Give it to them. They know what they're doing. I trust them. Okay, and that is the actual image. You're gonna be actually become that. Once you behave that manner, you become that manner, you remain in that manner, you remain with that confidence, that strong confidence. And then we're going to close off with the King of Cups. Okay, wise, very, very wise. So not only confident, but wise. Like we were saying, you know how to manage money. You could be managing money on the job. You could be handling that, or that could be part of the project. Okay, so emotions show control over the situation, that you don't lose it, and continuing to manage it, not simply to make up for things, but continuing to manage it wisely, will give off the perfect impression and communicate the perfect message to your superior. Okay, and this is what it's going to bring in. I'm feeling actually a promotion here. Okay, I'm actually feeling a promotion. They're definitely going to entrust you with things that they didn't before, because they're going to realize exactly your skills. This is beautiful, guys. This is really, really nice. Okay. If it isn't on that same job, but I think it is. I'm picking up that it is. For some of you, if you're already on the brink of leaving or something, it's going to be with another job. But to be 99% accurate here, I'm seeing it on the same job. I'm seeing it in the same position. You're going to get the recognition for it. Okay. And you're the one that's going to be winning. They are definitely not going to win. Maybe they succeeded in the past to take credit, but that's over. Okay, this is all your credit. This is the victory, guys. Complete victory. Okay, I love the ending for this. Great. And then with that money, you can go out and date the person that you've been hoping and wishing to get. Okay, guys. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I'll catch you on the next one. Maybe even the bonus love reading that's coming up. Thank you. And bye-bye for now. From Angel.